Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Can Tennessee flip Tristan Keys? Feels like this entire class, the class of 2026 for Tennessee, is make or break with Tristan Keys. It reminds me of Carnell Tate in the class of 23. Of course, that one didn't go our way. It reminds me of David Sanders in the last cycle, and that one did go our way. But there's always that one guy, that guy out there that generates the most buzz when I'm on here talking about recruiting in this cycle. That is definitely Tristan Keys. And the funny thing is, we've already got a 5-star quarterback in the boat in Faison Brandon. We've got Tyreek King, a 4-star elite wide receiver that has track-type speed. We've also got a 5-star offensive tackle in Gabriel Ascenda. We still have a shot to land the number one running back in the country in Savion Hyder. We're about to land 2 blue-chip prospects on the defensive side of the ball coming up next week. TJ White, 4-star linebacker, ranked inside the top 100. 4-star defensive lineman Darion Albert falls just outside the on 300. The narrative that Josh Heupel can't recruit is comical to me, but the big question everybody wants to know is, can Tennessee really flip Tristan Keys? Now, if it's your first time on the channel, first time following recruiting, first time talking about Tristan Keys, who is he? Well, he's a 5-star wide receiver. He's the number 1 ranked wide receiver in the country, 6'2", 185 pounds, out of Hattiesburg, Mississippi, number 5 overall player in the country, a needle mover, a guy that's going to make a difference in this class of 2026, but he's been committed to LSU since March the 19th. At the time of that commitment, Tennessee was perceived to be the front runner. Tennessee was perceived to be the leader. So was it money? Is it all about money? People always want to talk about money, but there is a lot of talk. There is a lot of speculation. There is a lot of rumors out there talking about LSU paying kids to commit, paying kids to keep their commitments. Look, I don't know. It's allegedly, but we have seen Kirby Smart go public with it. Kirby Smart says that some NIL collectives are paying kids up to $20,000 a month to keep their commitments. Now, is that what happened here? Is that what happened with Tristan Keys? I don't know. I don't have any proof or evidence of that, but there is a lot of message board talk and rumors about it. Now, let's take a look. I don't think we've ever watched any of the Tristan Keys highlights. We talk about him being a game changer, a game wrecker. Let's take a look at the tape, because tape don't lie, but I can also look at a scouting report from Charles Power over at On3, says contested catch maven, who looks like the top wide receiver prospect early in the 26th cycle. Has good size, measuring over 6'2", 285 pounds with good length as a junior. Turned in a strong junior campaign, catching 58 catches for 1,275 yards and 14 touchdowns while leading his team to a deep playoff run. He excels in contested catch situations, elevating to come down with acrobatic grabs, hangs in the air, and is able to contort his body into favorable positions. Displays a huge catch radius, high pointing the football, coming down with one-handed grabs, high-level ball tracker with the ability to locate and corral the ball over his shoulder. Shows some route running nuance. Has some shake off the line of scrimmage, is able to stack corners with his releases, runs hard after the catch, able to attack all areas of the field with his well-rounded skill set. Made some huge plays in big contests as a junior, also a star on the 7-on-7 circuit before his junior season. Good marks in track and field and the high jump and triple jump, also plays basketball, can continue improving his top end speed. So we look at this class of 26. Why in the world is Tristan Keys the guy? Why is he the big one? You look at what we've got in the boat. Right, we've got 5-star quarterback Faison Brandon. We've got an elite wide receiver in Tyreek King. We're working on a legitimate athlete with 10-2 speed in the 100 meters, Legend Bay, scheduled to make his decision coming up on Saturday. If Faison Brandon can get Legend Bay, Tyreek King, and Tristan Keys in the same class, and then you find a way to add the number 1 ranked running back in the country in Savion Hyder, sign me up for this offense from the class of 2026. Look at the big fella going up, double coverage and making a play. Tristan Keys is a legit dude. He is a game changer, but can Tennessee flip Tristan Keys? We've got some intel we're going to talk about, but as always, I need you guys to do the YouTube stuff. Smash the thumbs up just below the video. Quick, free, easy. It helps the channel. I would appreciate it. If it is your first time here, welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. We're not experts, insiders, media. We don't pretend to be that. We are exactly what you guys are, for the fans, by the fans. If you like it, subscribe, click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Had a fun live stream last night with big Anthony Agamora. If you missed that, go back and give it a watch. We got a big interview coming up July the 9th, Wednesday, July the 9th, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Don Bailey will be in the house, so come hang out and check that one out as well. But let's take a look at it, because, again, the question is, it's all fun and games to look at his highlights, his film, and all that stuff. Can Tennessee really flip Tristan Keys. You see the tweet from Sam Spiegelman. He says, Miami, Tennessee, and Texas A&M are leading the charge to flip five-star wide receiver Tristan Keys away from LSU. The Rivals' number one wide receiver expects to have a final decision. Take note of that. A final decision made in the near future. Here's the quote from Keys. It's going to be a big decision for sure. It's going to be hard. It's about the little things. So, does that sound familiar to Carson Snead? Right? Kind of reminds you of Carson Snead. Made a video on him yesterday. If you missed it, go back and give it a watch. Even though Carson Snead has been committed to Tennessee for almost a year at this point, a lot of you guys, even myself included, were pretty hard on Carson Snead for shopping around, for wearing the Florida gloves at the Rivals camp, for doing the Gator Chomp in his official visit to Florida. Again, made a video on that yesterday. Go check it out. But if you find yourself saying good riddance to Carson Snead, if you find yourself saying that Carson Snead is gone, are you saying the same thing about Tristan Keys? Are you saying that Carson Snead is gone because he's still taking visits, but you're saying, Tristan Keys is locked into LSU. He's not going anywhere. I think these are pretty similar situations. Ryan Callahan over at Vols 247 said sources have indicated to him that Tennessee is a legitimate threat to flip the five-star wide receiver. Tom Loy at 247 Sports also added recently, I think Miami is in play for 2 5-star receivers in Calvin Russell and Tristan Keys. I don't think Tristan Keys is going to end up at LSU. So keep an eye on Miami, Texas A&M, Tennessee, and a few others. Now, Tom Loy also put in a prediction for Tennessee to land Keys back in October of last year. He has never changed it. He has left that prediction in for the Vols to land Tristan Keys. Again, remember, they were the front runner. Is it all about money? Is Miami more of a threat than Tennessee because of money? I don't know. I think Tennessee is the number one threat to flip Tristan Keys. Well, what does Austin Price say? Right, we all think Austin Price is the GOAT. He's always got the good information. He was recently on the On3 Recruits YouTube channel talking about it. Can Tennessee flip 5-star wide receiver Tristan Keys? You see the title right there on the screen. Let's take a listen and see what AP had to say.
I think they're a major player here. I think LSU, got him back on campus last weekend, did the best they could. Does he decommit? I continue to hear chatter that could happen.
He continues to hear chatter that could happen, that Tristan Keys could decommit. Now, just to lay the full story out there, AP did come on to the message board over at VolQuest and say, hey, just because I'm hearing chatter doesn't mean it's going to happen. That goes both ways. He hears good chatter about a guy like Tristan Keys flipping, decommitting, or he hears bad chatter that a guy on the roster may ultimately hit the transfer portal. Doesn't always happen. But again, if you're sitting there telling yourself there is zero chance, there is no chance, it's not going to happen. I've read your comments. I see some of those comments. You're wrong. There is a legitimate threat for Tristan Keys to decommit. Let's hear more.
We'll see. Ultimately, Tristan Keys, I think, no matter what he does, whether he sticks with LSU for now or goes ahead and pulls the trigger and decommits, I'm not sure he commits anywhere right away. What he does, I think he's going to take visits this fall, and this thing will drag into the football season. So I don't see a commitment being imminent as far as a flip, but I can see a decommitment potentially over the next month, based off of, again, continued chatter out there. LSU's working to hold on to him. They're pulling at the heartstrings, all those type of things. And so we'll see where things go. But right now, either way, I think this one has many twists and turns between now and December.
Very interesting stuff there from AP. I think this one, you could almost compare it similar to David Sanders, right? We had David Sanders committed to Tennessee. Ohio State didn't stop. This thing went all the way up till signing day, taking those extra visits. Just because you've already taken your official doesn't mean you can't continue to take visits. And, you saw the clip right there of Tristan Keys on his official visit to Tennessee. And in that video, something else you got to take note of, Faison Brandon switched his official visit so that he could be in town at the same time as Tristan Keys. And Keys has talked a lot about his relationship with Faison Brandon and that he wants an elite quarterback throwing him the football. LSU, on the other hand, we can go back to Twitter and we can take a look at this right here. LSU still does not have a quarterback in this class because their number one target, their primary target, Bo Bentley, commits to Oklahoma. So how much does this factor in? And I know that Tristan Keys had tweeted that he was brokenhearted. LSU's primary target at quarterback is off the board. How much does that impact Tristan Keys' decision? But if you sit here on a Thursday morning on June the 26th, and you say there's no chance Tristan Keys is flipping, you're wrong. There is a chance. Does it happen? We'll wait and see. Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it. Smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. And if you want to support what we do, you like what we do around here, hit that join button down below. It's just $1 a month. You get access to custom Talkin VAWLS emojis, fan call-in shows, all kinds of fun perks and benefits. But more importantly, you're supporting a channel that is for the fans, by the fans, and also fan-funded. We do not we don't make it. We don't survive without your support. So if you like what we do, think about hitting that join button. Go check out the Talkin VAWLS merchandise. All the links are in the description. That is going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.